What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Humphrey here. I've gotten a lot of questions about how to create a budget, what kind of budgeting software I use. So this video is all about how I create a budget and how to create a budget like a pro using Google Sheets. I really like to use Google Sheets because one, it's on the cloud, two, almost everyone has access to it and it's free, and three, you can customize it to yourself. The one downside I would say with using Google Sheets is that it's not as automatic as some people would like it to be. So for example, if you use an app like mint.com or Truebill, a lot of the expenses get categorized automatically as you spend your money with your credit card. With Google Sheets, it's a little bit more granular and you kind of have to do more legwork in the beginning to set it up yourself. However, I really like seeing everything in one spreadsheet, especially my income and my expenses and all the cash that I spend. Sometimes I like to input it manually myself. I really like Google Sheets because it kind of gives you a P&L or a profit and loss statement for your own life. And for those of you who don't have a budget, it's a great way to kind of just create a budget from scratch and to really understand where your money is going, how much money you can allocate to, different types of categories. So in today's video, I'm going to actually switch the views of this camera. So basically what's going to happen is the screen is going to come up and I'll be in a little picture-in-picture. And you get to see exactly how I'm going to build a budget from scratch. Also, at the end of this video, I'll leave a link in the description below with this exact budgeting template, and you can copy it and paste it to your own Google Sheets and use it on your own. Not only are we going to build it together, you're going to have access to it as well. So let's just get started. Basically, I've created a spreadsheet here. It's called Budget for YouTube. And the number one thing that we're going to start with is first to figure out our recurring expenses. So let's type in here step one. We're going to type in recurring expenses and then the amount. And then I'm just going to just drag this a little bit over just to make it a little bit more bigger. And when it comes to your recurring expenses, these are the expenses that you're going to use every month, such as rent, utilities, car payments, if you have any, gas. I like to include gas here. I know it's kind of a variable expense, but for recurring expenses, gas is pretty reliable. For me, it's always the same every month. Netflix or entertainment, and then maybe like miscellaneous. This is really up to you. We are going to fill in the amounts here. Say you spend $1,000 for rent, $125 for utilities. That can include your gas payment, your natural gas payment, and also maybe like your Comcast or your internet bill. Car payments. Let's say you spend $300 a month on a car payment and $200 on gas, so you have a gas guzzling car, and your Netflix and your entertainment stuff costs $25 a month, and then maybe you have $50 for miscellaneous. The total for all of these is just, the total for all of these would just be the sum of all these. So we're just going to do that real quick. So you spend $1,700 a month on your recurring expenses. Step two. This is all a budget is, guys. It's just recurring expenses plus your variable expenses and then how much you make, and then you just kind of make a budget for yourself. So variable expenses, this is where I like to include, let's just do this really quickly. Eating out is one of them. Groceries, if you do anything like grocery shopping, maybe entertainment, exercise, general. This is just like, general purchases. I like to put my haircuts in general because I don't know where else to put them. Shopping, this is if you buy anything online or anything in person, gifts, travel, that should do it. So, in this hypothetical example, let's just go through really quick. Let's say you spend $100 a month eating out, $300 on groceries, $50 on entertainment, maybe $100 on exercise, like a gym membership would be exercise. $100 in general, $125 on shopping. You like shopping. Maybe you spend $50 on gifts for your friends and family. And then travel, this could be like Ubers and Lyfts, or perhaps it's something in the airport. So anyway, we have all that here. We're just going to sum it up. Whoops. And, another way that you can get these expenses is through something like mint.com or truebill.com. If you don't know these expenses off the top of your head to the number, that's okay. Just try to do a quick estimate of how much you spend on a variable basis. These are variable because they vary from month to month. And then step three, we want to type in our income. So our monthly income for a lot of us, you'll have one paycheck. paycheck 1, paycheck 2. I just like to do everything in after-tax dollars. So let's just say you make $2,000 a paycheck, and your total monthly income here would be $4,000, or the sum of these two. So basically what we've built here so far is we have our income stream, $4,000, and then we have what's going out, so $890 and $1,700. That's basically a budget. I mean, we just created one. You saw it. We have variable expenses, recurring expenses, and then now we just have our monthly income. So it looks like we're spending less than we earn right now in this hypothetical example, which is great. So I'm going to type in my monthly income here. And that'll just be that. And then my monthly expenses will just be my variable plus my recurring. So I will go choose that cell and then add this cell. So our total left over for the month will just be our income minus our expenses. That means every month we have $1,410 to work with. Now, assuming you save 20% of your income a month, which is a pretty good savings rate, it's just going to be your monthly income times 0.2, or 20%. So $800 of savings, that leaves you with a total left over after savings of 1,510 minus 800. You have $610 to play with. Whatever you do with that, I would first of all, if you don't already have one, have an emergency fund. And then two, oh, by the way, with an emergency fund, we want about 6 months of total expenses. So in this case, 6 months of total expenses here would be your variable costs plus your recurring costs times 6. So it looks like in this case, we spend about $2,600 a month times 6, or I think that would be $2,600 times 6. You want to get $15,600 in a savings account that's not being touched. That'll be your emergency fund. That's just in case you ever lose your job. Maybe, something like coronavirus happens. You would need that money in the future. Basically, we've just made a budget here using Google Sheets, and now let's just clean it up and make it a little bit more beautiful, and then let's include some other information that you might want to have. All right, guys, so we're back. What I've done in here is just I've made it a lot prettier. I've consolidated all my expenses, recurring and variable, into different months. And so basically I have January here, which is listed here in columns H and I, and February here as well. It's basically the same format that we just made together. What I'm just doing now is I'm going to do it per month, and then as I do it per month, these expenses are going to be sucked in, or not sucked in, but just automatically pulled into this top left corner over here, and this top left corner is the P&L of my life, or the P&L of your life, if you will. I find that as long as you have a budget, and as long as you go through this exercise, you're going to be a lot better off than like 99% of the population, because most people don't even care to do this stuff. But as long as you're taking the time to do this and understand how your finances are, you're going to be a lot better off personally and just long-term in terms of financial independence. So you can use my spreadsheet. It will be linked below in the description, but if you don't, no harm done, it's all good. At least you can use my spreadsheet as a reference point to create your own. And basically, I even have included in this spreadsheet itself my expenses 2020 tab, which is just the same thing, but what I personally use on my end. And there will be some clear instructions on how you can just import it into your own Google Drive, and that way you can use it on your own as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you do use this. If you do like this type of content, let me know as well. Make sure to click the like button, because for some reason it really helps the algorithm and gets me a lot of views. The other thing is please tell a friend about this. I am still trying to grow as a YouTuber, and I'm still trying to get better. So if you have any comments or good feedback for me, please let me know that as well. I really appreciate you guys even watching me in the first place. It's always a huge honor and a huge compliment to even get comments from you guys. And as a reminder, I will be responding to all comments within the first 30-45 minutes of posting. Tomorrow might be a little bit difficult. I am going to be somewhere exactly at 9 when this video goes live, but I will answer within the hour. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.